Good evening, everybody. Keith here. Hey, I wanted to go over something real quick. I don't know if many of you guys have heard anything like this, but this is something that happened a couple years ago during my trial. And I wanted to explain it to you real quick because it shows what scares these people and the lengths they go to when you do this kind of stuff. And this is in regards to not necessarily the UCC1 or anything like that, but directly tied to the bonds that they run in these courts, where they're pooling them and then securitizing them and selling them on the market. The income that's derived from that is called, or the dividends derived from that is called income and is taxable. The thing is that the person that the names or the bonds are drawn up in is the one that's supposed to report the taxes. Now, if those dividends come back and nobody collects on them, nobody claims them, then they go in, they get listed as abandoned funds. Now, once they sit there for a certain period of time as abandoned funds, then the state can turn around and make a claim on those funds. Actually, anybody can. And what happens is they don't tell you that they're running bonds in your name through these court cases. It's all contract, it's all commercial, it's all fraud. And this is what they're doing. And so when those dividends come in, there's supposed to be a tax report on those unless they go abandoned. And so they don't tell anybody that there's any dividends out there so that they specifically do go abandoned. And then they can place them, once the state claims them, they get put in the retirement accounts, the IPERS accounts and stuff like that for public employees, public servants. And that's how they get paid so well. So anyway, this is a protection order that the county prosecutor that I had on my case put out on me because I filed a particular document, and we'll discuss that here. But you can see, and I got it labeled Exhibit BA for my claim when I get ready to file that. And it says e-filed December 2nd, 2016 at 11:10 a.m. in the Black Hawk County Clerk of District Courts. Then it says in Iowa District Court for Black Hawk County. And you'll see that's all capital letters. State of Iowa, all capital letters. And then it says plaintiff. And notice that it says plaintiff, but that actually means fictional plaintiff. And then versus, and then Keith Orland Little, defendant, and that's actually a fictional defendant. You can see clearly by this style of language, this is known as capitis diminutio, where they've capitalized everything, making it a title. That is the title of an estate. Okay, and then we have the case number, and this is the case number that they charged me with possession, 6th offense. And it says here, the motion for order of protection filed by the state is sustained. The defendant shall have no contact of any nature, including in person, or written, or telephonic, or electronic, with any member or employee of the Black Hawk County Attorney's Office. Pendency of this case, unless he is in a judicial proceeding with a judicial officer present. Now remember, when they say judicial officer in this manner, remember this is all caps. They're talking a commercial judicial officer, not an executive judicial officer. The Black Hawk County Sheriff shall immediately serve the defendant with a copy of this order. And there you see it says copies to M. Wagner and Sheriff. And of course, my copy was handed directly to me in court. Now, this is what she filed. And again, you see it says in all capital letters, bold letters this time. And you see there, this is Exhibit BB, e-filed December 2nd, 9:20 a.m., 2016. So it took them less than 2 hours to come back with this. Clerk of District Court in the Iowa District Court of Iowa, in and for Black Hawk County. Remember the other one? This one says in the Iowa District for Black Hawk County, whereas this one says in the District Court of Iowa in and for Black Hawk County. So there's a difference in language there. And again, like I said, this one's bold. And this one's just regular script. Okay, and then again we see State of Iowa, again capital letters, Keith Orland Little, capital letters. Criminal charge, notice it says criminal charge. And I assure you, again, this is all corporate commercial activity and then charging a criminal charge. It says comes now Michelle M. Wagner as Assistant County Attorney for Black Hawk County, Iowa. Let's see here. Okay, let's try to get this again. Let's see, Black Hawk County, Iowa. And in the name and by the authority of the state of Iowa, hereby moves for an order of protection in the above captioned case and states. The above matter is set for a pretrial conference on December 5th, 2016 at 3 p.m. and a trial in District Associate Court on December 6, 2016 at 9 a.m. for the charge of possession of marijuana third. And real quick here, I'll note, a lot of your states, when you get past that third thing, if it's like a simple misdemeanor, an aggravated misdemeanor, something like that, that's not a felony, they're just going to keep it at a third. So you get your fourth, fifth, and sixth, but they always list it as a third. Just the way it works. Shows you that there's not really any real enforcement of law. And then it says, the Assistant County Attorney on December 2nd, 2016 received certified mail delivered to the Black Hawk County Attorney's Office from the above-mentioned defendant. That fictional defendant cannot possibly send anything. The certified mail contained Form 3949A, an information referral to the Internal Revenue Service stating the prosecutor has violated income tax law with a box checked for public political corruption. Right there is a lie. The certified mail contained Form 3949A, an information referral to the Internal Revenue Service stating the prosecutor has income tax law with a box checked for public political corruption. And when we look at this document, I'll show you that is a lie. That's perjury. The certified mail also contained Form 1099A for acquisition of abandonment of secured property, filled out with the defendant as the lender and the Assistant County Attorney or the borrower. The forms in the certified mail have been referred to law enforcement at the Black Hawk by the defendant for purposes of discovery, pretrial, trial, or any matter about this case unless ordered by and in the presence of the court. That's usually a requirement. You have the right to confront your accuser. Wherefore the state respectfully requests that its motion for order of protection be granted. Respectfully submitted, Black Hawk County Attorney. And notice that is that a signal, insignia or symbol for Esquire? I don't know. Michelle M. Wagner. Michelle M. Wagner, ATC 070011, Assistant Black Hawk County Attorney. And I'm wondering if that's not her bar number. So then when we look at the next page, this is the 3949A she was talking, or this is the 1099A she was talking about. And you can see there, there's the one side of the information, and this is all you fill out on this form. This is a acquisition form. It's the 1099A. You see right there it says 1099A. Acquisition or abandonment of secured property. And up here it says lender's name, borrower's name, the date, credit used for court. And like I said, that's all you put on that form. Everything else is blank. Then we go over to the next page. And here's an informational page from the IRS, instructions for Form 3949A, information referral. And it gives you some cautions and stuff. And you can look this up online. You can get both of these online. PDF file. Just Google Form 3949A PDF. And then here's another page of it. And then here's the actual 3949A. And you'll see April of 2016, e-filed. And that's her e-file date of the 2nd of December or whenever. And you see right there, name of individual, Michelle Wagner, Black Hawk County Assistant District Attorney, is technically your chief financial officer of your local district courts. Your chief clerk of court in every court, every municipal court, is the chief financial officer of that district or that municipal court. And then when you get to the county, it's the same thing with the county. Same thing with the state. When you get to your state courts, your state supreme courts, both your northern and southern district, or some states have different districts, some only have one. But I don't know where we might have lost you on that, but just to review real quick, the chief clerk at every level, whether it be the municipal courts, the county courts, or the state supreme courts, the chief clerk is your chief financial officer, and I believe, in my opinion, these are the ones we should be putting down here instead of these county prosecutors and stuff. But this is how I did it back then, and like I said, she lied, and we'll see that here in a second. And it gives you the date. Dollar amount I don't know because I didn't know what kind of bonds I didn't have any way of researching this stuff adequately enough. And here you see my comments briefly describe the facts of the alleged violation, who, what, where, when, how you learned about and obtained the information in this report. Attach another sheet if needed. And it says clearly and simply, unambiguously, in doing research to defend myself, and today I learned that we don't defend ourselves, we fend for ourselves. And so when we go into the courts, even that one word, defend, is a misnomer. We shouldn't be using defend, we should be using fending. I am here to defend myself of these frivolous charges. So anyway, it says, to defend myself in criminal court in Black Hawk County, Iowa, case number 01071 AGCR 215189, I have come upon information that it is possible that there is current activity on account of my Sedequay Trust. And I should have put a name in there, but I should have put my Sedequay Trust account. Anyway, and then you see down at the bottom it says section information about yourself. Yourself is particular. And my grammar here is wrong, but again, like I said, this is back when I was still trying to learn this stuff. You'll see I used their actual address, federal zone, care of P.O. Box, but I had Iowa with the federal zone zip thing there. And then, of course, there's an attached sheet, instructions for borrower. So anyway, this is what happens when we file these financial documents on them. They get very scared. And when we learn how to do it right, I guarantee you they're going to start backing off. So understand this stuff, people. Learn it, and let's start presenting it correctly. Even though I may not have presented it correctly, I found out there's a couple other forms. Like I said, read the information on this 3949A that they give you, and you'll see there's information that tells you, again, it says, do not use Form 3949A if you suspect your identity was stolen. To report suspected misconduct by your tax return preparer. If your paid preparer filed a return or made changes to your return without your authorization. If you received a notice from the IRS about someone claiming your exemption or dependent. To report an abusive tax avoidance scheme or promotion of such a scheme. This one here is the one I think I might possibly should have used, is use Form 14242. To report an abusive tax avoidance scheme, promotion, or a promotion of such a scheme. And this is what I'm talking about. If that clerk of court, that chief clerk, is passing these bonds in your names and then not allowing you to make claim on them by telling you that that bond has been put in your name, that's non-disclosure under quasi-contracting. Even if you're involved in a quasi-contract, in order for them to do that kind of stuff, as well as any kind of change of contracts, they're supposed to contact all parties interested. Now, just because they claim you're not a party interested, they can't avoid the fact that if the bond is drawn up in your name, then you are in interest of it. And if they're drawing up the bonds in their name and making you a party to their commercial proceedings, then you are now involved and are actually a party in interest, no matter what. You cannot have involuntary servitude. You cannot have somebody physically appearing. That's slavery, period. Even if it is on a presumption or induced by duress, threats, or coercion. Learn this stuff, people. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. God bless. Love you. Have a great night. Bye.